She says she'll do whatever it takes to repair things. Go to HR, quit her job, counseling, anything. She wants to make everything right. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source of the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to go over a story titled, My Wife Returned from a Work Retreat with a Hickey. She swears it was a bug bite, but I'm not convinced. I'm at a loss. How do I move forward? And a shout out to Brian for sending me this story. And guys, like it says about a guy, husband and father, wife comes home from a work trip, and guess what? She's got a big mark on her neck. And of course, it's a bug bite. It's not what you think. And you're going to see this guy, fortunately, doesn't back down and handles it right by sending her to the streets. And I don't mean Sesame Street. And they'll be going to go over here, guys, making the point that when there's smoke, there's fire. And you have to investigate. You can't just let these things slide. And if your gut is telling you something's wrong, listen to it. And unfortunately, this guy does. And you're going to see how this whole thing goes. Before I get into this, guys, I've been saying all week, if you happen to be on X, formerly Twitter, come check me out, SSM Channels. Definitely trying to grow it over there because, as you're aware, YouTube doesn't always let people know. So I got to market the channel other places. As well as it's a good time because we're all having a good time chatting with each other, sharing memes and news articles and all that stuff like that, posting videos. I'm going to start posting some exclusive videos only for X, so definitely come over there if you want to see more. And it's definitely worth your time. So, jumping into the story, says here, I, a 27-year-old male, am in a fight right now with my wife, a 28-year-old female. We've had fights before, but not this bad, and I'm at a loss how to proceed. Well, when it comes to cheating, or potentially cheating, it's going to be an ugly fight. For context here, we're college sweethearts, married for almost 6 years. Married for almost 6 years, huh? Let's do the math. So you're 27 now, she's 28. So you got married at 21 and she was 22? Smack! What the fuck did you do that so early? Well, you didn't know her well enough. We have a daughter who's 4 years old. Our relationship was never perfect or without challenges. Well, and that you haven't been married that long and not perfect, no challenges. Yeah, not a good idea. We faced some family opposition with cultural differences, but we made it work. She's my first love and my best friend. A guy, you should never say your wife's your best friend, because you're never going to, it doesn't end well. You know, you always have to have a friendship and things in common. When you say, oh, she's my best friend, or when the guy's her best friend, she's never going to see in the same way that you see other guys that aren't in the best friend category here. It sounds like you're putting too much stock in her. I'm sorry, but it's the fucking... Well, I'm not sorry, but it's the freaking truth. My wife works in corporate. Her job is annual work retreats, and it lasts for about a week. This year was in Las Vegas. Oh, great. What can possibly go wrong in a marriage in Las Vegas to a woman who's 28 years old, still technically in her prime, even though she had a kid? I usually arrange my work schedules to tag along with her, and we made our own trip out of it. Well, we couldn't this year. Our daughter gets major anxiety traveling long distances. We're working on this, but she wasn't budging, and we decided to choose our battles. So I stood behind and held down the fort. The change of plans was a bummer because the trip was part of us reconnecting as both a couple and as a family. Reconnecting? What is going on here? I mean, this sounds like it was doomed to start with the cultural differences and all that. My wife's work hours have taken a toll, and her work-life balance leaves much to be desired. We entertained the idea of her skipping the retreat. Attendance is optional, but it's generally frowned upon if you don't go. And my wife's making connections in her field. Well, she grew increasingly weird. We have a system if either of us is away for extended periods of time, we keep in contact. That's called common courtesy. Anytime a spouse goes out, they should let the other know, hey, everything's okay, I'm in this place, blah, blah, blah. Not that hard. For the first day or so, she was herself, but she grew distant with me. I'd even text her about important stuff and be left unread, while she claimed that she never saw my text. Uh-huh. Remember, she's in Vegas. Probably the idea is, what's in Vegas stays in Vegas. Whenever we talked, she was rushing me or our daughter off the phone. These were times that she wasn't involved in any retreat activities. We were supposed to have a mini birthday celebration for my daughter over FaceTime. Our daughter was excited. It was something my wife promised her because the retreat overlapped with her actual birthday. But my wife had backed out because she had people up in her room after a seminar. She backed out of talking to her daughter through FaceTime on her birthday. She's 4 years old because she had people in her freaking in her hotel room. Are you freaking kidding me? This woman's awful. It was like she wanted my permission to break her promise to our daughter. I told her I wasn't offering that nor making her keep her word. She said I wasn't being fair and it was a networking opportunity. They were business oriented and wouldn't understand her stepping away for family time. That's bullshit. These people obviously have families. They're not going to care for taking 20 minutes to talk to your daughter on her birthday. I mean, how much of a conversation can you have with a 4-year-old over FaceTime? Come on, this is bullshit. They should never gotten married. They should never had a kid. I mean, he has his daughter he loves. I assume that's his daughter. But still, this is just doomed. I said her decision is her decision, but she'd have to explain to our daughter. She promised her that she'd rain check the following day. Well, our daughter did not understand and she cried. My wife ended up hanging up and leaving me to comfort our daughter alone. Man, she's a bitch. Well, she's going to get what's coming. That whole incident rubbed me the wrong way, and I didn't like it. She didn't keep her word for the rain check either. She was documenting the retreat on social media. One coworker, a 23-year-old male, was almost in every picture or video attached to her hip. In one picture, he had his arm too comfortably around her, in my opinion. There you go. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You gotta nip that in the bud. Well, you know what? You got proof. Right there. The idiot's putting this stuff on social media. You got proof. He's a recent hire in my wife's department. She was asked to oversee him. I don't like the guy. He doesn't know boundaries. Once in a response to a work assignment, he texted my wife that she's exactly the kind of woman he needs to keep him in check. My wife brushed it off. She feels bad for him because he's not fitting in. She took him under her wing during the first retreat with the team. Define taking under her wing, more like taking under her boob. If I questioned, she'd say she was tired of networking. There was always something, but I've seen her in these retreats. This wasn't like her. She was just off. No, more like this is who she really is. She just did a good job hiding it before. Well, the day before she returned home, she complained about a bruise on her neck. She stressed it was a bug bite. I didn't actually see the bruise until she came home. I honestly thought it was a full-on hickey. A bug bite, really? What, like those bugs from Starship Troopers? There's a big difference between a bug bite and a fucking hickey. She kind of brushed it off, making a big deal over the phone. I didn't push because her daughter was present. But when I was able to confront her, she clung to her bug bite claim. And when I kept pushing, she asked what I was trying to imply. What do you mean, what am I trying to imply? You're fucking cheating on me. I see pictures of you with this dude around you, his arm around you. You're not talking to her daughter. You're being distant. You're being a terrible fucking wife and mother. Yeah, don't give me that shit. I outright said I believed she had a hickey, and I didn't believe she was being honest with me, and we had it out then. So here's the part where she's going to scream and yell and throw a tantrum like a fucking 4-year-old. She's probably behaving less mature than her daughter, even though we all know what she's doing. Well, she was offended and pissed off at the accusation. Infidelity has always been a sore topic. Her family has a history of infidelity. Well, the hoe bag acorn doesn't fall far from the hoe bag tree, apparently. So we had a pretty bad fight, and she accused me of looking to pick a fight due to the incident with our daughter's birthday. Here we go. Classic. Twist things around. It's your fault. You're looking to pick a fight. Pick a fight? You got a goddamn hickey the size of Mount St. Helens on your freaking neck here, lady. Well, the fight ended at an impasse. We still not recovered. She swears it's a bug bite, but I'm not convinced. I've always trusted my wife. I never doubted her, but the bruise doesn't look like a bug bite. It looks like a hickey. It's a hickey, dude. And, dude, you trust but verify. And there ain't nothing to trust with her given her behavior. I only feel more strongly when I consider how distant and weird she was during the Vegas retreat. Now she's wearing turtlenecks ever since, and we're caught between arguing and her dousing our daughter and me with affection. Communication really prevails for us, but not now. I think my accusation pushed us to a new level of argument. I'm at a loss here. I really need outside perspective. How do I move forward? Well, before I go on to the update where this concludes and this things work out, he handles things right and all that, I will say this. Dude, look at her behavior. Actions say everything. She's in Vegas, for God's sakes. Anybody has been to Vegas, go to Vegas one time, you'll understand why it's called Sin City, amongst many other things, okay? And how she was acting in Vegas, how she's acting with that guy. Wouldn't even talk to your daughter on her birthday, and comes in with a freaking hickey on her neck. Oh, it's a bug bite. Please. What kind of bug does that? Again, the fucking bugs from Starship Troopers? That's the kind of bug that'll do that. No. You can't back down, dude. And it's time doing some recon here. Really look at the big picture here. Now for the update. And let's see if it's still a bug bite in her opinion. He says here, I want to give an update and thank everybody for their perspective. Things are a roller coaster right now. And I'm trying to process this. It took a while for my wife and me to have any real conversation about the bruise on her neck. We were stuck between arguing and her showing our daughter and me affection. In other words, she was love bombing him. I rarely saw the bruise because she had a turtleneck on, but I did note the healing process from reddish purple to yellow. There wasn't any more discussion about the Vegas retreat. She made it clear she was done talking about it and that she shouldn't need to defend herself to her husband. You hear that? That's it, I'm done. If you're not going to believe me, you don't love me, I'm not going to defend myself. Look how she's behaving. I told her she could do whatever she wanted, but I was done being treated like an idiot. And I wasn't sharing a bed with someone I couldn't trust. So I moved into the guest room. Smack! No, make her move her cheating ass to the guest room. Moved to the guest room, communication stopped. The silences were palpable. Even our daughter noticed. I'm not proud of that. I'm trying to keep her out of the fights. See, kids notice things. Daddy, why are you and Mommy not talking? Daddy, why are you and Mommy sleeping in different rooms? Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. Well, my wife came to the guest room one night and asked if we could talk. I could tell she's been crying. Here we go. Here comes the bullshit. Crying, huh? Yeah, I'm sure she whipped those up like that. She probably was watching Titanic or Bridget Jones' Diaries and just whipped up the tears or some goddamn thing, or she's cutting up some onions. I don't know. She said she hated the way things were between us. That's because of you, asshole. She felt she was losing me either way. Again, because of you, asshole. I told her I needed complete honesty. And she confessed she hooked up with a coworker on our daughter's birthday. The hickey was from him. And there you go. So the whole time when she was saying you're trying to pick a fight and making him out to be a bad guy, she's lying through her teeth. Many of you guys have watched this channel for a while. You know a pattern here. They lie, deny, then cry. You can't back down. It's bad enough she cheated on him. And on the daughter's birthday, ignored the daughter. But the fact that she came home and just lied to him and started all this drama and made him out to be the bad guy, he's out of his mind, that takes it to a whole new level. It's over. She was lost in the heat of the moment and didn't realize he was sucking so hard in her neck. Oh, okay, that makes everything better. By her account, they made out while doing some on top of the clothes stuff, and then he went down on her. Oh, well, you know, if a guy's going to go down on her, she forget the marriage vows. It stopped there because he called her by a nickname that I affectionately call her. It snapped her back to the reality of her actions. Yeah, because you've been so honest here, and again, like that fucking matters. Get the fuck out of here. Pack up your shit, go to your asshole families, I'm done with you. She went to splash water in her face and saw the hickey. The guy made light of it, and she made a joke about the hickey being her souvenir. She blew on him and kicked him out of her suite. She blew on him? Do you mean she blew him? Part of the reason she was avoiding me was out of guilt. She said she was coming clean because she doesn't want to hide things anymore. Really? That's laughable. How many things else are you hiding, honey? I asked her why she cheated. What was it about the guy she deemed worth risking everything for? She claimed it wasn't him specifically, nor is she unhappy with our marriage. She doesn't know how to explain it, but a part of her feels broken. Well, I can explain it. She is a cheater. She is not a good person. She doesn't love you. Okay? She's probably had a history of cheating on you. You said there's infidelity in her family. Big fucking surprise. You know? And you said about there's been arguments and problems and things like that since the get-go. This is a bad situation. I don't know why the hell you got married. The more she looks in the mirror, the more she sees her dad, a 57-year-old, a cycle being consumed with work, distance from child, and the infidelity that he put her mom through. Well, there you go. You took after your dad. She said her family never talked about anything openly, and how when she was growing up, my mother-in-law never addressed anything with her. I said her parents did not make her cheat. She chose to party up with a guy who constantly disrespected our relationship. These were all her decisions, and she at any point could have chosen our family. Exactly. If she was supposedly uncomfortable with the guy, all she had to do was take a one-way trip over to the fucking HR department, and that would be the end of it. No, she loved the attention. She doesn't want to be married, or she wants to be married and have the benefits, but have her fun too. Well, she agreed. She wants to blame her parents, but realized this is on her. She apologized for cheating and for entertaining the guy's advances. Well, you can apologize all you want. We're done, asshole. She says she'll do whatever it takes to repair it. Go to HR, quit her job, counseling, anything. She wants to make everything right. She's going to go to HR and blame the guy, even though she willingly took part in the whole thing. Yeah, okay. The guy's obviously a douchebag. I believe that part. But still. Quit the job, counseling, anything. Well, that's nice, but we're done. I told her I don't know what right looks like right now or that's possible for us anymore. I knew we had our problems, but I thought there wasn't anything we couldn't talk out. She insisted we could talk it out. We didn't have to give up on us. She tried giving this rally cry for a relationship, but it felt really numb. Or I felt really numb. Yeah, of course. She doesn't want to get divorced because she's going to look like a, excuse me, guys, she's going to look like a complete ass. She knows it's all on her. But you're hearing the way when she's crying and begging and pleading and all that crap. Well, the second she knows it's over, the fangs are going to come out. I told her I didn't recognize her. Not just the betrayal of our vows, but also how she treated our daughter. She's like a stranger. She feels she failed as a wife and a mom, but she loves us both beyond words and wants our life to be together and our family intact. You're the one that tore the family apart. And we've had problems nonstop since. I told her I couldn't give her the answer she wanted and thought we needed to separate and reevaluate. You're darn right about that. She didn't want a separation. She felt we should stay together in our home. But I told her separation was happening. Either she was leaving the home or I was with our daughter. Now our guy is grown a pair. Good for him. She consented to leaving so as to best not uproot our daughter so much. She asked for her daughter not to be taken away from her. Well, that's one thing this woman here, this wife, has done right. At least, don't take the daughter out of the house. My wife's staying with my in-laws. I know that's difficult in itself because she doesn't have the best relationship with her parents. Well, it sounds like the whole family's full of assholes. One of the hardest parts in this shift is for our daughter. Right now, she believes her mom is just busy with her usual work schedule. She hasn't questioned it too much. Yeah, I feel bad for the daughter. My mother-in-law called the other day. She made no excuses for my wife, but she's advocating for us to work through it. Well, that's nice. She's not advocating for her, but mother-in-law, okay, you said your piece, but I appreciate you leave this between us, the adults here. She told me times when she heard my wife describe me as the anchor she always wanted. She believes there's something worth fighting for if I'm open. No, there's nothing worth fighting for. Fuck you. Despite some family opposition we faced throughout our relationship, my mother-in-law was always a supporter of us. I'm even more at a loss. I never imagined this kind of betrayal from my wife. She was my safe place. I feel numb yet broken. Never ever think your wife is the safe place. That is the last thing oh God. Oh my. You got work to do, my man. I'm sorry this happened to you. I really am. But this is just a disaster from the beginning. Okay? But guess what? You're 27. 27. You're 20 years younger than me. You got your whole life ahead of you, man. End the marriage. Move on. Your daughter, she'll be sad mom's not in the picture anymore. But you know what? She's still young. Make her feel loved. Make her know it's not her fault. You're always going to be there. And get through it. You haven't been married that long. Take the hit in the short term. Shit. Maybe she'll pay you alimony because she probably makes more money than you. But this can't last. I'm in love with her. Smack. No, you're not. You're in love with who you thought she was. That hasn't changed. But I don't see myself, her, a relationship, or a family the same. Everything's more tense because it's fresh. I think this period of separation is for the best. I'm not sure about divorce. Well, I thought you were. I haven't let myself fully go there. I'm not set there either way. I don't know where things go from here, but I'm focusing on our daughter and taking things one step at a time. I feel like that's all I can do right now. Thanks again, everyone, for the support. It is much appreciated. Well, bro, I know it's a roller coaster. You kicked her out. That's good. But, you need a divorce. This is not working. You said yourself, there was turmoil from the beginning with families. There's all sorts of problems there. And now she's cheating on you. If you take her back, she's going to do it again. Guaranteed. She may change jobs and not talk to that guy. There'll be somebody else down the road. The second she feels safe again and knows you're not going anywhere, her respect for you, which is in the gutter anyway, will go in below the gutter, in the sewer below the gutter. Okay? It's over. And contrary to all the jokes, everybody thinks, oh, SSM's always like divorce, divorce, divorce. She sneezes, divorce her. No, that's not the case. But this has gone too far. There's just nothing redeemable here. You know? And that daughter shouldn't be growing up in a household where mom and dad are like this. It's not going to get any better. And guys that take back cheaters always learn the hard way that they're going to cheat down the road. Talk to a lawyer, find out your options. She probably makes more money than you. Maybe you'll get alimony. You'll get the house, hopefully, but who knows? The likelihood is she's going to get the house and stay in there with a daughter. But you can't stay with someone like this. Otherwise, it's going to be miserable. And that girl is going to grow up thinking that's how things are. And the last thing you want your daughter is to turn out like your wife down the road. So take your time. But anyhow, yeah, bug bite my butt. You know, right there. They'll lie, and deny, and then cry when they know their goose is cooked. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.